Okay, here we are, last part of the process. Now we need to update our details view to make sure that these details here are updated with our data source instead of this hard-coded text that we have right now. The easiest way and simplest way to do this is going to be to pass off the particular row of data that we have touched, clicked, whatever you want to call it, on our list to this view. Now what we're going to do here then is we're going to set up a variable. So we're going to have, I'm just going to call this one var item. It's going to be of type item to make this easy for us to work with. First thing you're going to notice is the preview down here is no longer going to work because now we're expecting an argument, some data to be sent to this screen, this property, and it's not happening in our preview. So it can't resume and it won't work for us here. What we can do, just click on there, go fix, and it's just going to add it in here, right? Item. But that's not all we want to do. So that we can continue working, seeing it here in our preview in Xcode, let's just go ahead and create an item for this specific for this preview. Just want to quickly point out, in case you're not familiar with this entire struct right here only matters for this preview on the canvas over here, right? We're not actually manipulating our data source in any way. We're just providing a preview here in Xcode. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create let new item be a new item, right? So I'm just going to say item. I'm just going to create one here for us. So we'll just call this preview name, and we're going to give it a date again. We're going to say date. And then finally down here, it's going to say, well, okay, but I need you to provide it one for me. So I'm going to say, okay, we'll use the new item that I created above. Just going to save that. Now, when I do that and hit resume, the errors should hopefully go away, and it's not actually going to go away. Now, the reason being is because if I just click on here to show you and go over to content view here, our content view, that list view, is also we're calling item details view. So now this expects the argument as well. So I'm just going to click on there and say fix it. Now this one does matter because this is our actual data that we're using. But what we're going to say is, okay, we'll just provide the item row. So the instance of that array item that we're rendering here, item row, just go ahead and hand that off to that screen, that destination screen as well. I'm going to save that, hit resume here. Not going to see any difference over here. But if I now go back and I say, okay, item details view, the error is going to go away. And you're going to see here, if I just run this, actually I don't even need to run this on here. This is now set up and happy. What we need to do is say, okay, let's go ahead and remove this hard-coded text up here. So this label here, I'm going to change it to say, hey, that variable that I created here, item, go ahead and go item dot, and again, we're going to choose name for that row. And you're going to see it's going to change over here in the live preview because of this item that we've created here for the preview in Xcode, okay? And I'm going to do the same one here for the date. I'm just going to say item dot item date, and you're going to see this long string. Now the reason it's long like this is because we have not formatted the date time in any way. It's just the full date time that we have, stored in our data source. Okay, so don't sort of freak out if you see this long string here. It's because we haven't formatted it. But I'm going to go ahead and save that, and you can see that this is working. But I wonder if it's working for us in our actual application. Let's go back to the content view. We're going to do a live preview here. So I've got my 3 items. I'm going to click on item 1, and it says item 1 with a date stamp. Item 2, yep, great, this is working. Item 2 with the date stamp. And then item 3 with the date stamp. Fantastic. It's doing everything we wanted. We're now using our live data source across our views. So that's it. We've reached the end here. I hope that this has helped explain how this works and got you thinking about how you're going to use the data in your application But as you can see, it's very straightforward once you understand the process of the flow of the data. It's really all about the preparation, the creating of the objects at the beginning, then assigning the environment object to the correct view so that all of the subviews get access to that data, then using that data to populate the list, and then finally, when I select an item on the screen, I want that item to be handed off to the details view where it can be rendered out and displayed as well. That's it. I hope this has been helpful. I've worked really hard to try and simplify this and explain it in a way that will make sense to as many people as possible across many, levels of understanding and technical ability with Swift. That's always been my goal here with working on this on peterwhittam.com and compileswift.com, to make things understandable for as many people as possible. I would love to hear your feedback on this. You can reach out to me on Twitter @compileswift, or if you want, you can go to compileswift.com/contact, fill in the form there and let me know. If you want, you can email me, peter@peterwhittam.com, and we can get a conversation going there as well. I really love doing this for you all, and I hope these videos have been helpful. There'll be more in the future. We may even extend this further depending on the questions that come up. That's it. Thanks, folks.